All right, hello everybody. I'm gonna make a long story short, because I just need to relax, man. I need to go to bed too. So, yeah. Anyways, look, here we are. Today is 3/29/23. So, that's March 23 of or 29 of 2023. So the very first thing we look at the daily time frame. Okay, where is price likely to go? In my last video, I had outlined that I was expecting price to trade to this target here, which it did. Which this was the fair value gap that I was outlining right here. Okay, if you look on that left side, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, where's price likely to go to next? Well, let me show this hourly. Okay. So today we have this you can see this green candle. Okay, we had this very large expansion move, and we had different bits of inefficient delivery. So we can expect, just like a paint roller would, these spots here to be rebalanced before continuing higher. So what I'm essentially looking for is a retracement before we see an expansion to these other objectives, which is of course here. I want to see more aggressive push into that fair value gap. We have this fair value gap here, and then we also have an inefficiency here on the left. We have this fair value gap here, so it could even trade as high as that. But as far as with now, that's kind of what I'm expecting. So expecting a retracement before we continue higher. All right. Now, and another reason for that too, the last 4 days of highs, all that liquidity has been taken, and we are, of course, in a premium. I don't think we're necessarily going to move back into a discount right now, but we are in a premium. I think that we will, at the very least, fill in that fair value gap, and then at the very most, trade to this inefficiency above everything and take this high, take that level of buy side, okay? All right, so on the hourly, where are we at in the daily range? Well, the first thing we have to look at here, okay, if you look at my cursor on the right side of the screen, we can see these relative equal highs. All right, so these relative equal highs were from yesterday, and they're all very relative to each other. Yesterday was a very, or sorry, it's not from yesterday, 2 days ago. This was from Monday. So it's Monday's consolidation highs, okay? Boom. What we have yesterday, trading below that. Okay, and then we see price start trading above that high, then taking those levels of liquidity, now even going higher, but very aggressively moving higher. We have a lot of inefficient delivery on the opposite side of things, right down here. Okay, so currently, okay, we are not only in a premium, but we're also above these highs here. As far as objectives, again, we have this high back here that we can look at. Okay, we are above this high here. We have this fair value gap up here. Okay, so that's where we are currently in terms of the hourly. All right, so now we go to our bellwether time frame, the 15-minute time frame. Okay, we're gonna start looking for the levels of liquidity. I'm gonna highlight what I outlined today. Okay, to make it easy, this green line indicates 8:30. Before that, here's the high, which is taken out at a little after 8:30. Sorry. Before that, we want to look at the low. We do have this order block right here. Okay, and that level of liquidity gets taken. All right, but anyways, the move of 8:30 takes out that high. Okay, we have the 9:30, which is also due to swing because it's a false move. It's an oppositional move to the general direction of the day, which is obviously easier said in hindsight. But we see that here fails to take out that previous low and then brings us into lunch. Okay, so this move right here, this is the 9:30 candle, and we can see what follows after. Okay, so afterwards that low is created, and then here in lunch, okay, we have price then go for that level of buy side, and then we have that retracement before it continues higher. Now, I wasn't right today, or I had outlined some things, and granted I'm doing it on a work computer, not to make any excuses, but I don't really want people to be, looking at me or looking over and seeing that I'm looking at price while I'm getting paid to do it, So anyways, all right, I'll explain why I was wrong in just a moment, but as far as levels of liquidity, okay, we have this previous high from Monday, trade above it, Okay, here we have this high before 8:30, this low that was created before lunch, this high before lunch, in lunch, trades above that. Okay, we have these lows that are created. All right, we'll go into a lower time frame to clarify more on this. All right, and then price continues higher. So now we start looking for setups with that in mind, with those levels in mind. Okay, perfect. So here's one of the things I was looking at right here. All right, we have this run above this old high here. Okay, we have this low created, and we see displacement below it. All right, then we see that retraded, but this would be a short entry. So why didn't it work out? Or why did, when it reached back into this fair value gap, why did it not keep going lower? Well, the very first thing, okay, is this is essentially picking a high. I'm saying with this idea, I'm saying that it's not gonna go higher than this, and I'm just using different parts of technical analysis without the bigger picture in mind, which the bigger picture being that we traded, yes, we did trade above these previous highs, but now we're in that fair value gap, okay, and that I was predicting already yesterday that price is going to, which was a very clear thought, okay. What I did get jammed up on was actually, right, hold on, let me see what else. I forgot what it was. There was something I was looking at that made this idea make a little more sense. But anyways, I had marked here stop loss, okay. I marked that, it didn't make sense, and it just continued higher. All right. But even so, all right, if we look at the most recent price leg here. Oh, sorry, this would be what I was expecting was a short entry. Give me 1 second here. Okay. So equilibrium is right here. Okay. This at this 50 level. And so everything above that is in a premium. Now overall we are in a premium, so disregarding the objectives on a higher time frame. Okay. I could have said, "Oh yeah, you know, I'm looking for a to be a contrarian." But this just goes against pretty much the bias that I had already outlined. And then we see that extension move for the day. Those levels of sell side are all left intact. Besides this one, that sell side liquidity is taken. And this creates an opportunity for us, which we'll go ahead and look at in a minute. Go to the 3 minute. Boom. Okay, here we are on the 3 minute. Here's that same setup. So I see low, displacement below it, retrades, but then continues higher. If I got stopped out, that would have been fine. Why didn't this work was a question I put here. Why didn't this work? Well, the reason it didn't work is because we're in a premium. We're still moving into a premium. And also it's good to keep in mind that the last 2 days were bearish, which not to say that, you know, oh, 2 days being bearish means that price is going to go higher. But also just keeping in mind where price is, which is in a premium. So you have those 2, you know, down days. But then we have that move upwards. So that's the reason that didn't work, and I felt the need to outline it here. What did work is actually, if we pay attention to what happened, this level of buy side here got taken. Okay, then we have this low here. Okay, then we have that level of sell side taken. All right. And then from here, okay, we'll clear this up on a lower time frame, but then we have this market structure shift. There's displacement there. Retrades it. Continues higher. Let's go to a 1 minute time frame. Because I do go through each time frame. I just am starting to realize that going through the same price sample on time frames it's not really refined on. Doesn't really make sense for at least a video's sake. At least, you know, when I'm doing it, it makes sense when I just analyze. So anyways, here we go. Swing high, left and right. Here's a swing point. Boom. this is that trading below that level of sell side. We then have this displacement, okay, which creates an idea. We then have that retracement, goes in this fair value gap, okay, goes a little lower. Our stop loss would be below the high of the first candle that creates a fair value gap. So boom, we're now in it, okay. Where would we look to take out? Well, here, this fair value gap, this fair value gap, this fair value gap, above this high, and then continuing even higher. I don't know what this is an indication of, so I'm just going to take that off. So that's pretty much the setup that I noticed for today. Okay, and boom, we have, see, look at all this displacement even on the 1 minute time frame. All right, so I have that wrong idea. I definitely would have been stopped out when it continued up here. Okay, how much would I have been stopped out? Let's look. Trades here, expecting that here. So that would have been, say from here, 47, 48, so about 3 handles. 3 handles would have been stopped out. All right, and then if I would have been paying attention, I could have gone back in here and then actually caught the real move of the day, using this to reanalyze, because even looking at this on the 15-minute, like, it just really doesn't make a lot of sense. And we're going to do one more thing before I close this off, but look, I'm just going to show this. All right, here's the setup. Okay, we have this. All right, and I'm not saying like I would trade it here. This just created the idea in my head. We're gonna see lower prices and then revisited. When what really happened here, we have these lows, sell side liquidity is taken. So I'm watching this move, okay, go below sell side. So to move from premium into a discount where it actually takes sell side. After it takes sell side, what is it going to do? Well, it's going to move back into a premium. And then what does it do? It does there. Why would I wait for it to take sell side and then wait for it to go back up and short again? What's it going to do? Take sell side again? That's what I'm saying. Why didn't that work? That's exactly why it didn't work. Doesn't even make sense on the 15-minute time frame. And I'm not beating myself up. I'm happy that I'm wrong. I'm happy that I was able to view that before it happened and then come back in with this perspective of where did I go wrong and then understand where I went wrong. That's fucking beautiful learning. I'm sorry, that shit makes me a good learner. I'm proud about that. I'm proud to admit that I was wrong. So, here we go. All right. It's on Tuesday. Not on Tuesday. Today, 10 a.m., news driver, medium impact. Boom. 10 a.m. candle. Fish. Nothing actually that crazy. I mean, it traded up here, so I guess this took these levels, like anyone who trailed their stop up here gets stopped out before the big move. Okay, creates these relative lows and so on. All right, so I did also look at S&T divergence today between the Dow, NOS, the Dow and NOS, but not enough. I feel like I just need to keep going through the public videos to deepen my understanding, or keep rewatching the videos I've already studied and going through my notes. But here's where we are in development. I just wanted to show where I was wrong today. And it doesn't make me a failure. It doesn't mean that I'm not a success. I'm more successful now because I knew that. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to leave it off at that. Thanks for watching. Peace.